Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Central Connecticut State University's 2018 Winter Commencement Exercises. My name is Dr. Joseph Page, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Our ceremony will begin in about 5 minutes. Today's ceremony is a very special occasion for you and your graduate. During the program, each student will come forward and be greeted by the President, their respective dean, and every graduate's name will be announced. The university has engaged Graduation Images as the official photographer and will take photos of the graduates as they receive their degrees and are greeted by the President. You will receive proof copies of these photos directly from the company. Please do not leave your seats to take photos. A reception will be held in Alumni Hall immediately following the ceremony. Please join us then for refreshments. Finally, I would like to ask everyone to turn off or silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. Once again, welcome, and we will be getting started shortly.
afternoon, and please be seated. I am Mark Jackson, Professor of Biology and President of the Faculty Senate. President Toro, the degree candidates from the School of Education and Professional Studies, the Carol A. Emmon College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, the School of Business, the School of Engineering, Science, and Technology, and faculty having assembled, I declare these commencement exercises open.
Thank you, Professor Jackson. Welcome, everyone. I am proud and excited to be here. I hope you are too. To honor guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends, thank you for joining us today to make this a very special celebration for our graduates. Leading our processional this afternoon were members of our drum line, Dijon Johnson, Caitlin Rice, and Eric Stefano, directed by Dr. Robert Schwartz, Director of Bands. Francesco Blackmore, a CCSU music major, performed our processional music. Please join me in thanking them. We now begin with the posting of the colors by members of the CCSU Police Honor Guard, followed by CCSU's vocal quartet, Alexandra Wise, Sierra Manning, Alexander O'Neill, and Kevin Jason, directed by Professor Sarah Bone, Director of Choral Activities, who will perform the national anthem. Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
be seated. I am now pleased to call upon Dr. Dave Dowalder, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will preside over this ceremony. Dr. Dowalder serves as the Senior Officer for all academic affairs, faculty, and academic support activities. Provost Dowalder.
Thank you, President Toro. I'm very pleased to be here. This is Central's first winter commencement in many years. We're excited to add this event to our amazing history. We're the first and oldest public institution of higher education in Connecticut. Just think about all who have come before us. We are gathered to celebrate the achievements of over 1,100 graduate and undergraduate students who are eligible to receive degrees. This afternoon, we are marking the achievements and will present diplomas to our students from the School of Education and Professional Studies, the Ammon College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, the School of Business, and the School of Engineering, Science, and Technology. We are proud that 95% of this graduating class are Connecticut residents. This class also represents 22 states and 10 countries. Please allow me to introduce the university's leadership team, who will not otherwise be named during the ceremony. I ask that as I read their names that they might stand and remain standing. Then I ask that you hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Dr. Christopher Galligan, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Dr. Peter Troiano, Interim Vice President for Student Affairs. Rosa Rodriguez, Chief Diversity Officer. Anna Suski-Lenchevsky, Chief Human Resources Officer. Charlene Casamento, Chief Financial Officer. Sal Cinturino, Interim Chief Facilities Officer. Dr. George Claffey, Interim Chief Information Officer. Carolyn Magnan, University Counsel, and Dr. Joseph Page, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please give them a hand. Please be seated. The Connecticut Board of Regents governs the CSCU system. Here to bring greetings to this year's graduates on behalf of the board is Regent Dr. Peter Rosa. Dr. Rosa earned both his bachelor's and master's degree from CCSU. Dr. Rosa.
Thank you very much. It is a true honor to be able to share this moment with you. I am grateful to the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education for allowing me to be the representative to bring greetings today. About a half a century ago, I was sitting right where you're sitting. And to be honest, I didn't want to come, but because I was the first in my family, I did it for my parents. In retrospect, I am grateful that I did it for my parents. This is a very important marker in your professional careers. I had the opportunity and I jumped at it to wish you well on behalf of the board. I also had a great opportunity this past Thursday to vote in favor of the naming of the social science building to Ebenezer Don Carlos Bassett. Mr. Bassett was the first African-American graduate of this institution at its early years. He also, as I look at the record, was the first graduate of color for any of the public institutions, because the second public institution wasn't established until 1881. And as I looked at the record for one of his other alma maters, Yale, we beat them with his his graduation. He was not only the first African American graduate, he was the first person of color to serve as a diplomat. He was an activist his entire life. He founded what today is Cheney State University, the first historically black institution in the country. And he later helped his dear friend, who became a diplomat, Frederick Douglass. So I'm pleased that I got the opportunity to vote in favor of that resolution, and I thank Dr. Toro, William, Father Gill, and so many of you here and in the community for making that happen. And because you are taking this step, you're joining the likes of Ebenezer Bassett, this humble servant, my daughter, and this spring it'll be my granddaughter graduating from this great institution. So congratulations. You're on the right trajectory, and I wish you, on behalf of the board, well in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rosa. Central Connecticut State University is a vibrant, learner-centered community dedicated to teaching and scholarship. CCSU serves a population of nearly 12,000 students, full and part-time, graduate and undergraduate, matriculating and continuing education students, all. Here to bring greetings on behalf of our students is Marisa Calvi-Rogers. She is a doctoral student receiving her degree today. She also holds a sixth-year certificate from CCSU. Marisa?
Good evening, Dr. Toro, Dr. Rosa, faculty, honored guests, and fellow graduates. I am honored to represent the graduates today, perhaps because I achieved my doctorate in educational leadership, or perhaps because I'm one of the oldest students in the room. This leads into my theme that we are never too old to learn. I congratulate all graduates today. Your hard work and persistence, along with the support of your professors, advisors, families, and friends, have helped you to reach this milestone. I personally would like to thank my advisor, Dr. Watson, and my dissertation committee, Dr. Mangelo, Dr. Conway, and Dr. Galloway, and of course my husband, John, and my children. As a high school principal, I tell my seniors that their high school diploma is their ticket to their future. Your college degree is your passport to endless possibilities. My educational journey began 40 years ago when I graduated from high school. I later graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics and followed with a master's in business administration. Both degrees helped me to climb the corporate ladder in business, where I worked for 15 years. When I decided to leave business and enter education, that involved 30 more credits to become a certified business and marketing high school teacher, and I taught for 13 years. During that time, CCSU offered to bring their 092 sixth-year program to my district, and I joined on. With that degree, I moved into administration first as an assistant principal. 3 years ago, I started the doctoral program and am currently in my second year as a high school principal. Each degree prepared me for my respective careers. It wasn't just the content, but the process learned. As a student, you have gained skills, such as time and organizational management and teamwork, which you will carry through your journeys. As you can tell from my story, careers have a way of evolving over time, and additional education may be needed. Or, like me, you may just love to learn. In conclusion, I am confident that the degree conferred to you will jumpstart your careers. Understand that you will encounter challenges along the way, but just like the degree you have earned today, if it were easy, it would not have been worth it. Use your passports and go on and make a difference. Be sure to thank those who helped you earn your diploma and to those who will help you along the way. Again, congratulations, and I wish you much success.
Thank you, Marisa, and congratulations on your continued success in education. Marisa, you spoke about the connections you have made with our faculty, which is a feeling I'm sure is shared by a great number of the students graduating today. And so I'd like to ask the faculty who are here today to please rise and be recognized for the work you do every day for our students. Thank you. Deepening connections to our history, to our community, and to each other is one of the top priorities for President Zulma R. Toro since her arrival at Central in 2017. She often refers to the university community as the CCSU family, taking inspiration from Central's tradition of inclusion, community outreach, and strong student support from faculty and staff. As the university's 13th president, Dr. Toro is the first female and first Hispanic president. She quickly set forth to maintain academic excellence, increase enrollment, develop new sources of revenue, and deepen CCSU's engagement with the surrounding community. And her list of goals and challenges is growing by leaps and bounds. Please welcome back to the podium, President Toro.
Thank you, Dr. Dowalder. As I said before, it's wonderful to join everyone here in this important day and in this great celebration. Commencement ceremonies are my favorite events to attend as president. And for many of us, today's exercises are all the more festive as we approach the height of the holiday season. This ceremony is special for another reason. Today, we are beginning a tradition of honoring the students who have met their degree requirements as of August and December of this year and over the winter intersession. These students have worked very hard to finish their degrees, and if you ask me, they should not have to wait until our commencement ceremony next May to celebrate. And so, congratulations to our graduates. And thank you to the faculty, staff, and administrators who have contributed to your success. Let's recognize all of them as well. Of course, we cannot forget the crucial support that comes from your family and friends. So, before we move on, let's recognize them with a round of applause. Today, you begin a new journey. Perhaps you are joining the workforce or advancing your career. Maybe you are going to spend a year abroad or pursue a graduate or doctoral degree. All of you, though, are citizens of the world, a world that is wondrous and volatile, beautiful and harsh, often at the same time. Given today's 24-hour news cycles, we encounter what often feels like a constant torrent of disheartening information. It can become very easy to lose sight of the good things about our world, despite their abundance. Sometimes we just need to remember to look for them. You have spent years learning more about the nature of our world. As you know, CCSU strives to deliver a well-rounded liberal arts-based education so that our students emerge as excellent communicators with a holistic perspective. And now it is your responsibility to help others make sense of the world around them. Our education program graduates will do that in the classroom, of course, but all of you can be sources of compassionate insight and reason no matter where you work or live. That might sound simplistic, but as you move further along in your life and careers, you will find that such sensibility is oftentimes in short supply. I will not deny that you face challenges that my generation never had to consider, but I know our esteemed faculty and devoted staff have provided you with the necessary knowledge, skills, and tools to do or solve anything you set your mind to. As a Central graduate, you are positioned to affect great change in our state, in our country, and in our society. You are CCSU connected and fully equipped to be an active participant in our democratic processes. Your work will fortify our economy and infrastructure, educate the next generation of our world citizens, establish new cultural norms, cultivate a happier and healthier population, and so much more. Judging from the successes of so many of our alumni who go on to do important work in their fields and make significant contributions to their communities, I promise you will soon find yourself in good company. Indeed, we are proud to have a network of more than 67,000 alumni in Connecticut. They are excellent collaborators and thoughtful citizens, willing to consider the perspective of others and to respectfully offer help when it is needed. Oftentimes, they return to campus to offer their support and expertise, and I encourage you to do the same. Meanwhile, as the oldest publicly funded institution of higher education in the state, we will remain connected to our history as we continue to educate the sons and daughters of Connecticut's working class. You have contributed to that history, and it has been my privilege to observe your academic growth and transformation. Please remember, to hold a college degree is a distinction the majority of our citizens cannot claim. So rest assured that the time and effort you devoted to obtain one is a truly remarkable achievement. I have no doubt that the drive and commitment that have brought you this far will serve you well as you begin the next chapter of your lives. So please continue to dream a better world for yourself and others. Be fearless as you pursue those dreams, and be generous in offering your special talents to the world. I know we all will be better for it. Your Central family is here to help in any way we can, and I cannot wait to hear from you and read about your future successes. Speaking of which, I will share with you one of such CCSU success story now, as we welcome today's speaker, Yuli Martinez. Our speaker today is an excellent example of the transformative power of higher education. Yuli Rafael Martinez graduated from Central in 1996 and later earned a Juris Doctor degree from the City University of New York School of Law. Deeply influenced by his childhood experiences, Mr. Martinez had made it a priority in his legal career to help those who need it most. He grew up in poverty-stricken neighborhood in Waterbury and witnessed the devastating effects of incarceration and inadequate representation among families in his neighborhood, including his own. Mr. Martinez came to realize that one of the best ways to break the cycle of poverty is to get an education. We are so proud that he chose to start his academic journey at Central. As many of you know from your own experiences, balancing the needs of work, family, and college can be a struggle. For Mr. Martinez, this was also the case. But with the persistence and guidance of his older brother, he not only overcame significant deficiencies in writing and study skills, he excelled and managed to graduate cum laude with a degree in history, all while serving in the Army National Guard to help fund his education. That is a remarkable accomplishment on its own, but by employing his education in the pursuit of helping others, he has taken his academic success to the next level. He has distinguished himself as a professional and a humanitarian, and for that we are doubly proud to count Mr. Martinez as a Blue Devil. Consider his resume. As an attorney for the Bronx defenders, Mr. Martinez provided free legal assistance to low-income clients. Building off that experience, he went on to work as general counsel and chief of staff for members of the New York City Council to learn more about the communities he represented. Driven by a passion for campaigns and elections, Mr. Martinez later signed on as chief of staff for the Bronx Democratic County Committee. And true to form, after a turn in the private sector as Director of Government and Business Operations and at Cablevision, Mr. Martinez recently established a private practice that served nonprofit clients. As a loyal Blue Devil, he's also helping this university by serving on our task force on sexual misconduct, bullying, and campus climate, which is doing the important work of identifying ways to ensure CCSU is an inclusive and safe community for all. It is no wonder the CCSU Alumni Association presented Mr. Martinez with its Outstanding Young Alumni Award in 2012. And now you will see exactly why his peers hold Mr. Martinez in such high regard as I turn the podium over to him. Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Dr. Toro, President Toro, for those very kind words, and thank you to the members of the faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2018. As I stand here, I feel privileged to be in the presence of this beautiful tapestry of graduates. In this multi-ethnic quilt, woven in the spirit of tolerance and justice by the striving of our ancestors, I see a single face, the human face of the future. This gathering of graduates today is historic. Historic in the sense that you will collectively shape the story of this country. And I'm confident that you will do so in a way that makes it a better place for all of us, such that 50 years from now, historians will not be calling you Generation Z, but the generation of humanity. The evidence for my prediction is in plain sight. Your generation has inspired the nation to finally confront an epidemic of gun violence. You have marched on Washington by the thousands, and you have mobilized on the streets and used social media to keep the pressure on politicians. You proved that this generation will not take no for an answer, will not take political double talk for an answer, will not take delay for an answer. It proves that the only answer you will settle for is tolerance and justice. In your great movement against gun violence, you have awakened a new spirit of activism in this country. I'm grateful for the power and strength that your generation has displayed. The power you have shown is the same power that has come during critical moments in this country. The power you have shown has summoned the better angels of our nature to take a stand in the face of injustice and intolerance. What your generation is doing is righteous, and I'm here today to encourage you to continue along that path. What you have done demonstrates to me above all else that all of you, through your experience, have somehow discovered the central fact of life in the United States, that the extension of democracy for all Americans depends upon securing justice and tolerance for all Americans. I want to share with you some valuable lessons I learned in my struggle with complicated questions of justice and tolerance. I remember as a child living in the projects, growing up in a home plagued with poverty and hunger. My mother spent her days working when she had a job and other days looking for a job. But there were many days when we didn't have food to eat. There were times when I would have to fill my belly with water and go to sleep to distract myself from the hunger. I remember one time when things really got bad. My mom had two choices: go to the welfare office or Salvation Army. Mom despised welfare because one of the workers there made her feel bad by accusing her of taking advantage of the system. So she went to the Salvation Army, where they gave out food to families in need. It was always the last resort for Mom, because she felt embarrassed when she had to accept charity. As a child, I didn't understand anything about those adult feelings. I was just hungry. Receiving that food was like Christmas time, because I knew I would get something to eat, and exploring each item in the bag of food was like finding gifts under a tree. The Salvation Army taught me a valuable childhood lesson. We all have the power to do something for another human being in need. When I got a little older, I decided to do something about this consistent lack of food by doing what some of the other kids did to make money. As a small 8-year-old boy, I decided to wake up after a snowstorm and go snow shoveling. Unfortunately, I lacked the appropriate clothes or equipment. In 1 foot of snow, I wore low-top sneakers with white socks pulled over my jeans. Instead of gloves, I wore socks on my hands. Instead of a winter hat, I wore a baseball cap. And the shovel that I had was a heavy sand shovel with a wooden handle that gave me splinters if I didn't hold it right. I was looking more like a scarecrow than someone ready to shovel snow. I walked from house to house that day, offering to shovel stairs and driveways. With each rejection, my feet got colder and colder until my sneakers became a slippery block of ice. I was getting to the point of giving up, but decided to knock on one more door. The older woman that answered the door listened to me and looked me up and down. I must have looked pathetic because I could tell she felt sorry for me. But I didn't care. I just wanted the job, and she gave it to me. I was so excited that I practically ran the entire time I shoveled her driveway, afraid that she would take back the offer. But after I finished shoveling, I knocked on her door to get paid, but she invited me into the house for hot chocolate and cookies. Initially, I was reluctant because she was a stranger. But after spending over 7 hours outside, I was freezing, tired, and hungry. So I went into the house, ate the cookies, and drank the hot chocolate. After some time passed, she paid me $80, and I left so excited. The first thing I did with that money was go directly to the store to buy bread, milk, and eggs for my mom. I felt so proud to be able to support my family. I spent the rest of the money on boots, gloves, a hat, and a new snow shovel. The next time it snowed, I made more money. And in the summertime, I figured out other ways to make money. I never suffered from hunger again. From a stranger's act of kindness, I learned something that would change my life. When somebody knocks on your door looking for a job, don't judge them by the way they look. Judge them by their desire to work and provide for their family. That first paycheck could change the entire trajectory of their life, like that woman changed mine on that cold winter day. My time here at Central was the next major phase of my life. When I arrived at the school, it was a culture shock. I felt scared and isolated because in the dorm I was in, I didn't see the black and brown faces that I grew up with, and no one spoke the urban slang I was used to speaking. Even casual conversations were foreign to me. I also had serious education deficits. The university required me to take no-credit math and English classes before I could take classes for credit. Up to that point, I had never read a book in its entirety and didn't know how to study or write a paper. I spent long hours in the library of the basement and the basement of the dorm, afraid I was going to fail. I arrived at Central a hot education mess. I remember in classes getting really angry when the professors and other students talked about poverty. I felt like the other students were attacking my friends and family when they made negative comments about communities like the one I grew up in. Initially, I didn't have the words to respond, but then I started reading and looking up words in the dictionary. With time, I began to defend my community. At first, by trading insults for insults. Although I felt empowered by speaking up and defending myself, it was exhausting and frustrating. A dialogue that never went anywhere. A white against brown battle with no winner and no resolution in sight. It was filling me with anger and not helping me find my voice. Then I met a professor, Stephen Morris, who saw in me a desire to learn. That professor began to give me books and articles that helped me understand poverty and my life growing up in the projects. It was like the professor was empowering me with the knowledge that I needed to respond to the comments other students made in class. But it also revealed to me the shortcomings of my approach. What I realized was that the other students didn't know anything about my life in the projects. They only knew what they heard in the news, which was always stories about drugs and violence. And I knew nothing about their life in the suburbs. When I realized where I went wrong, I began to talk about my experiences in the projects, and the other students began to share their experiences growing up in the suburbs. What was once a battle of ignorant versus ignorant became a dialogue that led to acceptance and understanding. I began to develop a diverse group of friends with many types of views and opinions about life. Lately, I've become concerned about the deterioration of our national political dialogue. Political disagreement too frequently becomes mutual abuse. Too often, we're unable to recognize our shared humanity as the first condition of dialogue. And that can be dangerous. When political opponents refuse to see each other as human, violence becomes easier to justify as a means of solving political problems. When you're out there in the world, I'm counting on each of you to steer this country back to a dialogue that fosters tolerance and understanding. When someone offends you, don't become bitter or angry. Resist the desire to retaliate with another insult. Have faith in those you interact with. Take the time to understand their way of life and their views about the issues they care about. Learn to tolerate opinions or customs that you don't agree with or that are foreign to you. Hold to the belief that the most misguided amongst people can learn to respect the dignity and worth of every human being. Believe in the redemptive power of tolerance. By graduating, you've reached a milestone, but with achievement comes new challenges, and yes, new burdens. Your responsibilities will increase, and you will fully assume the privileges and immunities our Constitution bestows on the people. As you do so, keep in mind how much harder it is for people living in poverty and struggling to survive to exercise those same privileges. Poverty stands in the way of justice and tolerance, but even worse, it degrades people as human beings. I want to leave you with this last thought. Whatever career you may choose for yourself, engineer, teacher, lawyer, make that career path into a quest for justice and tolerance. Make those values a central part of your life. It will make you a better engineer, a better teacher, and a better lawyer. It will enrich your soul in a way that nothing else can. It will give you a rare sense of joy that can only come from love and compassionately helping another human being in need. Incorporate humanity into your career. Commit yourself to the noble struggle that our ancestors sacrificed so much for. By doing so, you will make a better human being of yourself, a better country for your families, and a better world for all of us. Thank you. Congratulations.
See, they did come to hear you, didn't they? I told him before the event today, I said, they all came to hear you. It's good that you did. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that very inspiring and insightful speech. And now I ask everyone to please rise and join in the singing of the Alma Mater, led by CCSU's vocal quartet. You'll find the lyrics on page 21 of your program.
Let us praise her glorious name, Alma Mater, blue and white. Gather round the sacred flame of Alma Mater's nurturing light. Though we wander from her side, in our hearts she'll e'er abide. Let her sons and daughters sing of Alma Mater triumphing.
Please be seated. Today, we award degrees to over 300 graduate and undergraduate students. These are students who have completed their academic requirements, students who have achieved the rigorous standard of excellence required for their degrees. In addition, and as a symbol of their achievement, CCSU is very proud to recognize 116 undergraduate students who are graduating with distinction. These graduates are wearing a gold cord, which symbolizes academic excellence. The grade point averages for the various levels of distinction are shown in your program. Graduate students with a grade point average of 4.00 are also recognized in your program. Today we honor all of our students, beginning with the graduate students from the School of Education and Professional Studies, followed by the Carol A. Ammon College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, the School of Business, and the School of Engineering, Science, and Technology. We will then proceed with the undergraduate students from those schools who will be receiving degrees this afternoon. And although we are about to begin the lengthiest part of our program, it's also the most important. This is the part of the program where we recognize each candidate by name. Therefore, we ask for your respectful attention during this part of the ceremony. President Toro, it's my honor to present to you the candidate for the Doctor of Education degree. The Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, Dr. Glynis Fitzgerald, will join you in recognizing the candidate. The candidate will be hooded by her faculty advisor.
For the degree of Doctor of Education, Dr. Marisa Calvi-Rogers, Dr. James Conway, a member of her committee.
Congratulations to Dr. Calvi-Rogers. It's my honor to present to you the candidates for the 6th year certificate from the School of Education and Professional Studies. Dean Fitzgerald will join you in recognizing the candidates.
Patricia Ann Cintarino. Lisa J. Boyko. Michaela Frances Katzman. Chelsea Elizabeth Hood Greer. Tessia Stewart. Sasia Hayden. Blair Jiao. Jordan J. Rivas. Allison Reese Castro. Sandra S. O'Gara. Karina Maria Severino. Maria Donnelly. Kelly Mochan. Stanley Walter Dombrowski. Rachel Ann Lapine. Kaylee Elizabeth Rose Ripa. Corinna Rose Carlson. Rebecca L. Aruda. Michael John Lawler Jr. Jenna Lynn Goslin. Stephen Montez. Nathaniel Luke Benko. Jennifer Augustberger. Sarah Cabello Maldonado. Andrew Mark Brochu Jr. Taylor Ann Strange. Laura Bertrand. Chelsea Lynn Marty. Mallory Bordenaro. Monifa Camilla Mendez Wilson.
As you may have noticed, we are continuing into the master's students, and we are now moving to master's degrees in school business.
Genesis Morenas Patanina. Sovita Thapa Magar. Amanda Marie Bolano. Matthew John Caruso. Monica Wurzbicki. Franklin Guth. Peter Panic. Chastity Marie Alamo. Jonathan Saraceno. Jacob Ryan Roca. Victor G. Payne. Dan Mihai. Michael Patrick Lyons. Derek Joseph Benoit. Alicia Jean Eleanor Bernier. Tashoni Rose. Christopher Sean Peck. Joseph Anthony Moreau. J. Daniel Rickert.
And now master's students from the School of Engineering, Sciences, and Technology.
Sarah Chalali. Patrick James O'Brien. Brandon Christopher Lepore. Mahmoud Elnamar. Hiana Park. Kristen May Wichnevitz. Christopher Ryan Pudret. Irvis Lahali. Chad Barron Tower. Catherine Ann Viveros. Tokalau Vinud Sukraj. Jacob Zilakowski. Wilson Ramos. Mindy Lee Bradley. Kimberly Ann Slightum. James Michael Gendrajek. Gifty Kusibram Home. Anthony John Calamus. Sonia Benrice Obeng. Vasi Tia. Amy Post Wiseman. Melissa Catherine Mulcahy. Emily Elizabeth Park.
Congratulations to all of our master's candidates. President Toro, it's my honor to present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees. Interim Dean Kimberly Costellas will join you in recognizing the bachelor's degrees from the School of Education and Professional Studies.
Matthew Ryan DeMarco. Stephanie Marie Hilperthauser. Mary Pramberger. Juliana Alexis Spring. Mary M. Nguyen. David Bice. John Duffy Sanzo. Jenna R. Billadu. Christina M. Bisalin. Gabrielle Rose Shabbat. Lauren P. Parento. Molly Ann Spack. Jessica J. Hubina. Haley Rose Hornick. Crystal Marie Diaz. Nikki Lauren Gilgoski. Brianna Rose. Demesis M. Negron Figueroa. Michael Thomas Cesare Palazzo. Jenna Marie Donahue. Zachary Way. David Melchione. Aiden Thomas Fitzpatrick. Christy L. Cook. Serena Monique Hernandez. Matthew Kataya. Ashley Marie Chario. Samantha Jane Woodward. Allison Elizabeth Drost. Haley Jean Lewis. Amber Marie Rigdon. Billy Joe Ann Bradley. Jada Serrano. Monica Brandy. Iman Devonish. Amanda Rose Palmer. Megan Nicole Lacey. Taylor Marie Barton. Sabrina Eliana Seton. Shannon Marie Cromwell. Haley Elizabeth Gomez. Casey Anders Anthony. Patrick Brodoff. Carolyn Downey. Devasia Alston.
Congratulations to the candidates from the School of Education and Professional Studies. President Toro, Dean Robert Wolf will join you in recognizing the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the Carol A. Ammon College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences.
Mia Levesque. Caroline Foley. Aubrey Ann Schock. Ronald Allen White. Jonathan Joseph DeFusca. Caitlin Elizabeth Stone. Nicolette C. Bailey. Denia Rose Christofferson. Katrina Miucci. Christopher Lee Brooks. Kevin Halligan. Victoria Elizabeth Osborne. Eleonoria Chiarcia. Tamara Spatinovich. Vidani Gill. Casey Nicole Brennan. Christina Volpe. Alexa Nicole Duraco. Rachel M. Babin. Addison Kyle Dittman. Brittany Elizabeth Coco. Mary Elizabeth Shane. Jamie Montague Marquez. Anna Rita Castelia. Caitlin Rose Cardello. Jonna Lynn Alvarado. Syed J. Mehdi. James Truelove. Kevin Stevens. Megan Amby Tolly. Tajanique Viagran. Christopher James Arduini. Cariana Santana. Emmanuel Silver. Marissa Constance Romano. Catherine Lillian Woodcock. John Francis Latorra. Brian Anthony Daly. Andrea Suarez. Emily Nicole Anderson. Shauna Marie Viola. Michaela Rose Sasu. Jacob P. Aldi. Destiny Sandra Baldus. Brianna Mendrell. Colleen Barber Stoddard. Jenna Louise Crosdale. Amber Jean Raymond. Natasha Amato. Alexia Ampuiro. Alexandria Rose Peterson. Candace Lynn Tabone. Daniel I. Ruiz. Jason LaPierre. Taylor Snetka. Jocelyn Margaret Taylor. Hank Graham Lightsky. Cassidy Drennan. Dominic Iglesias. Eric DeZenzo. Ian Cocking. Taylor Nicole Tefano. Brianna Banks. Daniela Vasquez. Rebecca Jean Hudson. Todd Matthew Mana. Brooke Elizabeth Freeman. Kelsey J. Chevenak Jamel. Peter Nick Karras. Shay Elizabeth Eccles. Emily Lee Ortiz. Aaliyah Yvonne Brown. Anna I. Rodriguez Ortiz. Alex Vi. Caitlin Marie Wickstead. Jerry Aguero. Kendra R. Palia. Alex William Nordstrom. Christina Marie Johnson. Quan Jennings. Taylor Lynn Reed. Brandon Munkel. Amanda Michelle Achille. Yuri Bronsberg. Tiffany Ashley Enriquez.
Congratulations to the candidates from the Carroll A. Ammon College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. President Toro, Dean Ken Colwell will join you in recognizing the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the School of Business.
Kimberly Michelle Keegan. Mickey Charles Estabrook. David J. Seymour. Elizabeth Jane Russo. Julia May Nardi. Michael Toscano. Daniel Angelicola. Fadil Bijek. Susan W. Gerard. Jeffrey M. Sembrook. Vincent David Mucci. Michael Anthony Carozella. Alexandra Deborah Reyna. Julie Marie Solomon. Alyssa Ray Messenger. Christy L. Foran. Michelle Ribeiro Cabral. Sharuk S. Khan. Brendan Cummings. Stephen McGrath. Thomas William Mitchell. Matthew Lawrence Wood. Rudy T. O'Neill. Ronald Jackson. Angelique Omari Oray Williams. Nicole Lisa Riley. Scott Smith. Rachel Alexis DeLuca. Austin J. Godbolt. Marco Antonio Cazares Cazelas. Timothy Warner Ekman. Marloon Jules. Dmitry Ignatuk. Leon Kim. Andrew William Post. Robert Vincent Nero. Nala Abdul Asurami. Christopher Alexander Cardenas. Richard Diaz. Wajahat Ali. Zachary Joseph Page. Amanda Margaret Twopence. Selena Janae Lozur. John Delia. Tanner R. Bejan. Arlinda Deruka. Tia Kulani. Keith W. Vibert. Samina Mariam. Vrinda Patel. Sashana Ashley Binney. Lily Veronica Tao Henry. Sarah Osaba. Brittany Kane. Bryant E. Morander. Ryan Thomas Callahan. Khalid Misfer Al-Khatani. Isaac Diaz Soto. Desmond Oheen Kayam. Min Zhang. Zachary Burska.
Congratulations to the candidates from the School of Business. President Toro, Dean Zishwaf-Kremens will join you in recognizing candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the School of Engineering, Science, and Technology.
Benjamin David Ruskin. Christopher Quinton Racenet. Savav Porharton. Daniel Peter Sedkowski. Joe Panus. Ralph L. Gross IV. Michael Bernard. Jessica Ashley Kokomo. Dylan Christopher Bartunik. Nicole A. Perlingi. Donovan Backus. Ashley Lee Tolley. Ryan Silva. Paulina Shareko. Savoli Soamsichuk. Matthew Allen Garcia. Ondine Ren Freyer. Daniel Fiella. Daniel James Karen. Nicholas D'Souza. Marco Joseph Lacatino. Chantol G. Buchanan Booth. Samantha Shirley Murphy. Michael P. Kearney. Sarah Jane Charlton. Scott Wilmot. Kyle Brian Murphy. Blake Philip Bennett. Daniel Joseph Sakiewicz. Nathan Lewis Storch. Lisa B. Jones. Mansimran Singh. Andrew William Clowder. Christopher Brian Conroy. Samantha Lee Coding. Hector Stanley Alvarado Barea. Hipólito Nunez. Alexandria Clemson. Jeffrey Daniel Wright. Jasmine Collado. Jacob Quinn Alexander. Hussein and Bobby Ibrahim, Brea D. Barry, Kenneth Artsma, Anna Bertoldo, Mikey Raishishon, Rong Chen,
Congratulations to the candidates of the School of Engineering, Science, and Technology. We wish also to thank Tom Pensence for reading the names of our candidates today, and a special thank you to cellist Professor Julie Rybczynski. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the key moment of today's ceremony. Will all members of the Central Connecticut State University class of 2018 please rise for the conferral of degrees? President Toro, I present to you the degree candidates of the 2018 winter class.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education, by law, and on the recommendation of the faculty of Central Connecticut State University, it is my privilege to confer academic degrees on the candidates of the 2018 winter class. As these degrees are conferred, let it be understood that each candidate is also the recipient of all rights, responsibilities, and obligations appertaining to the degree. I hereby confer on each of you the degree under which your name appears in the printed program. At this time, in acknowledgement of your achievement, please change your tassel from right to left where your heart is, thus signifying this important milestone in your life. Congratulations, graduates. As our newest alumni, you are connected to Central's past. You are connected to more than 80,000 CCSU graduates. Be connected to your community, and don't forget to stay connected with us, your Central family. And start by joining us in the Alumni Hall for a reception celebrating your accomplishments immediately following the recessional. To all of our family, friends, and guests, you will want to get your cameras ready for our finale. Congratulations to you all. Now, go out and tell the world what our Central family is all about. And I hereby declare the winter commencement exercises for 2018 adjourned.